Meteorologist Vivian Rennie now for a quick look at our forecast. So rain and storms have been the story the last few weeks, and now this morning, I mean, it just feels like we're getting hit with everything.
And there's a lot going on. I came in this morning saying that rain's going to be my headline all day. I definitely am eating my words on that one because we've had an earthquake just in the last about half an hour across the Central Coast. Now, this earthquake is about a 3.7 at an 8.6 kilometer depth, so relatively deep in the earth, continuing to see some of those aftershocks of that. We haven't seen anything just yet, 3.7, and that's just north of the San Luis Obispo Monterey County line, about 17 miles northeast of Paso Robles, about 7 kilometers south of Coalinga. We're keeping a close eye on that. If you felt it, we'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you felt, and also make sure to make that same report to the USGS. They use all of that information to make sure they know exactly what's going on with these earthquakes, and more information on this one can be found online at ksby.com right now. So that was pretty recently, just 6:01 a.m. and that's on top of the already kind of active morning we're having here in the Weather Center. So we saw pretty significant rain in the overnight hours, lots of scattered showers, bringing us kind of intense rain in the overnight hours, but you can see the difference just a couple of hours makes. A couple of hours ago, we saw widespread heavy rain with lots of alerts. Now, no alerts and lots of clearing skies. So good news there. We're not completely clear yet. We do still have a couple of scattered showers here and there. So we're not completely out of the woods. A little bit of rain along 101 along the Gaviota coastline as well. But overall, things are improving and they're staying really clear. Checking that out for the first time in almost 7 days. We don't have any flood alerts across the Central Coast. So good news there. We do have a high surf advisory still in place for all of our western and south coast beaches. That's all the way through 10 a.m. this morning. We're just seeing those lingering effects of all of the energy that our atmosphere has been seeing, and that kind of helps bring in those winds and those waves as well. That high surf advisory only in effect through 10 a.m., but still be cautious over the next few days if you're going to be in the water. We do still have some added areas of risk for rip currents, as well as continuing to see some caution that is needed if you're going to be in the water, because we do have those risks for about 3 days after any large storm that some of that runoff can be contaminated with things maybe you don't want to be swimming with. So definitely keep a close eye on those beaches if you are going to be out and about. For today, we've got really good conditions. Still a couple of scattered showers. I can't say we're completely clear just yet. Still a little bit more of that area of instability across the Central Coast, especially when we start heating up this afternoon. A couple scattered showers expected in those interiors, maybe in those coastal valleys, then they'll clear out. And I'll let this model go all the way to the end of its time frame because we are going to stay clear for quite a few days. Just look at those beautiful clear skies all the way through Friday, even into Saturday as well. We could see a couple more hundredths of an inch of rain from the showers today, up to a quarter of an inch more rain along our south coast this morning. But even then, that is going to be very minimal, especially compared to what we've been seeing recently. So we can turn our attention back to what we normally talk about. A little bit of dense fog up in the Paso Robles area as well as in Lompoc. Overall, clear conditions across most of our communities. Though 40s in the interiors right now, 50s in our coastal valleys, very comfortable, but getting into the 60s by this afternoon. 61 in Paso Robles, Santa Maria and Lompoc, 62 in San Luis Obispo, and 64 degrees in Santa Barbara for today. Then we've got clear conditions Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then by Sunday evening, we do have a small chance for rain. That is going to be pretty minimal at best, especially compared to what we've been seeing recently. Clearing out once again by early next week. Then we do still have a few more rain chances, especially as we head into the beginning of March. Neil, back to you.